remember me picking up anything I can in my hand and swinging it around like a bat. Then while playing all sports, I got introduced to cricket because luckily my grandmother knew Shubhangi Kulkarni, who was the former captain of the Indian women's team. She's also from Pune. And through meeting her, I got an idea of where the Maharashtra team trains, and I started joining training with them. And there it became a little formal, and then I started focusing only on cricket. And I really saw that dream of playing cricket for India when I saw Jhulan Goswami's debut. And just watching her bowl, that time she was 19 years old, the first time a series was coming on TV, and so fast, and just being such a problem for the opposition team's batsmen or the batters, that I got this inspiration that I want to open the bowling for India with Jhulan Goswami. I want to be her bowling partner. And that was the concrete dream of playing for India. So it's so important to be able to see those people. Like if that series had not been on TV, I would not have that concrete dream. And because it was in TV, because I could see her and I got that inspiration, I had that very clear dream that this is what I want to do with my cricket.
Right. So it's important to have those role models who inspire you, and you aspire to become that. That's a great point. So when did you decide, or when did you realize that, hey, this looks like it's not just a dream, I can actually go ahead and play for India?
So I was playing cricket regularly. I was doing well. I was playing for Maharashtra team. I was doing well for the Maharashtra team during my student days, playing for West Zone, getting selected, moving forward in the journey. But I was also side by side studying. I come from a very open-minded family where they support cricket a lot, but it's also a family where studies is given a lot of importance because for example, my grandfather and grandmother did research into marine biology in the 1950s. Grandfather has a PhD, my grandmother has a MSc, my father is an engineer. So we are in a family where it's quite, that academics is also quite important. So side by side with studying my BSc, I was trying to decide whether I can continue cricket after BSc, because after BSc I would have had to either look for MBA or MSc, or I had these options open in front of me. I knew I was smart enough. I knew I could get the marks and clear the exams. So whether at that stage I can continue playing cricket and maybe even play for India, I did not know, because at that point I was earning nothing playing cricket. So वो सोच थी मन में कि कितने दिनों तक मम्मी पापा से क्रिकेट से पैसे ले लेके खेलते रहूं, आगे अपने करियर के बारे में भी कुछ सोचना पड़ेगा. So उस stage पे luckily I got selected in Western Railway in a sports quota job. So because cricket had that sports quota employment, I could continue playing cricket in a semi-professional manner, and that was 2007. And in 1 year's time, in 2008, I played for India.
Okay, awesome. So in terms of one follow-up question that I had, in terms of that, and probably we'll revisit that question because some of the attendees also had that question. In terms of the grassroots structure that you have, so you have recounted that you were part of the Maharashtra team, and even before that you were playing cricket at a serious level. So what are the kind of, were you in a place where there was a structured pathway, or there were some grassroots structure that were already there, or did you have to shift from one place to the other to be able to take advantage of those structures?
I did not have to shift. What I did have to do was sacrifice a lot in my life to be able to participate in those structures. So to give you an idea of what it was, this is 2005 ki baat. I finished my graduation in 2005. I finished my 12th in 2004. So around that time, it was pre-BCCI. That time BCCI did not run women's cricket. That time it was run by Women's Cricket Association of India up till 2006. So that time we had under 16. We would play under 16s, under 19s, and then senior. So this was the pathway. And by that time I had already finished playing under 19s. I was in the senior pathway. So you play for your district, you can play for your state, then you can play for your zone also, from you play interzonals, West Zone versus East Zone versus North Zone, etc. And then from there the pathway was to play for India. One thing we also got advantage was at that time the Women's Cricket Association of India was very proactive. So they selected an India under 21 team to go to Pakistan. So even before playing for India, we got that international exposure and we went to Pakistan. Now the pathway is very different under BCCI, and we'll probably talk about that later. But I was in a good place because Pune was we had a lot of girls playing cricket, so we had that support, and I had the family support also. I had to sacrifice in terms of how to manage this side by side with my studies, because doing BSc, it's not just that आप कॉलेज ही मत जाओ और बस अटेंडेंस मार्क कर लो और बस अंत में एग्जाम दे दो, आपको प्रैक्टिकल्स देने हैं, इंटरनल एग्जाम्स देने हैं. All those kind of things were also a challenge, and balancing those kind of things was a pretty tough time at that time. But I had good support from college also, and that's why I could get through it.
Okay, great. And was there did the college and the school that you attended, they also had teams, or was it like a few colleges or schools coming together and forming a team? How did that happen?
So when I was in school, that is, I did my 10th standard in 2002. There were no girls cricket teams. So I used to play with the boys just to practice with the boys. But when they played their matches, their inter-school matches, I couldn't play. So there was no matches for me in school. There was no college team in my college either. So 1 year we formed a team and we tried to play, but next year it was difficult to find so many girls to find a team. What we did have was we had good inter-university cricket structure. So even right now, women's cricket does have a good inter-university cricket structure, where even if, for example, मेरे कॉलेज में टीम नहीं थी, पर मैं ट्रायल्स दे सकती हूँ. पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी में सारे जो भी कॉलेजेस हैं, वहां से जो लड़कियां रजिस्टर किए हुए हैं, उनकी ट्रायल्स होते थे, एंड दे यूज्ड टू पिक अ पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी टीम, एंड देन पुणे यूनिवर्सिटी वर्सेस मुंबई यूनिवर्सिटी वर्सेस अन्नामलाई यूनिवर्सिटी वर्सेस गुरु नानक यूनिवर्सिटी was a very very competitive inter university tournament, क्योंकि सारे स्टेट प्लेयर्स खेलते थे उस टूर्नामेंट में.
Right. Okay, so this is similar to the Rohinton Barrier Cup that happens for men's. This is the exact analogy for that in
yes.
Awesome. So in terms of so one of the things that I'm hearing is that in terms of the initiative that you need to take, it's not as obvious, and probably again things might be changing, but it's not as obvious, and you have to take the first few steps yourself in terms of proactiveness. Ki pata karo where are the trials happening, what is the structure in terms of inter-university. There is no one central place where you get all of that information. You'll need to figure stuff out yourself.
That is one very big gap even in the system today, कि लड़कियों को especially पता ही नहीं है कि हम state